Just give me just half a second. Pull up Twitch here. Is it working? That's not it. Aren't I live? I'm live. How come I'm not seeing myself on Twitch? There it goes. Took a second. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Audio is good. Alright. How's everybody doing today? It is Sunday, March 16th, about 2:34 p.m. And we are playing Lord of the Rings Online. And if y'all don't know, it is Springfest right now in Lord of the Rings. What that means is they have their spring festival going. If I can get to the right spot here. I am on the Peregrine server, and this is a new 64-bit server, roleplay server. It's roleplay encouraged, not actually roleplay enforced. In the Lorebound Walker's kinship, let's take a look at the kinship right now. So, a lot of people online right now. Lots of people online. Getting started here, just getting everything set up. Then we're going to get into more on the Corsairs of Umbar expansion. There we are. Okay. Let's take a look at our inventory. It looks meh. It's not fantastic. You see, that's connected to Lorandon, so is that, and this one is account bound. Let's go ahead and throw that in our shared storage in the money area. By the way, I am talking into Discord right now. Y'all can't hear them. I've got it muted. So if you hear me talking to myself, it's because I'm talking to people in Discord. Sorry, there is 50 slots in the large, and the small has 10. They're kind of useless, but if you can get the small pretty cheap, you can throw that on an alt for collecting stuff up or something, like crafting or whatever. Then, you know, transfer at the end of the day. Alright, let's get some... see what all we can throw in the shared storage is what I'm thinking. Let me see, what is this one? Scholar. Get this all cleaned up and then we will move on. Boost. This is account, right? Yes, it is. This we need to hold on to because I don't have room for it right now. This is account bound. We'll keep that as well. Oh, hold on. That's Tome of Might. Oh, I've already got Tome of Might 1. Interesting. Wonder what that came out of. I don't remember getting that, but I've already used it. This is account bound, right? Yeah. So I will throw this into special and use that on another character at some point. Here's where I'm gonna put my embers because I'm capped on that, so I can't use it right now. Put my enhancement runes up here. This is a housing item. Do I have my housing bags? I don't. It's going to be in the bags area. Grab these. I think they're full, but we will verify. Yes, they are full. 2 large housing carryalls, and they're completely full. Do I have a housing one? I don't. I have a question mark one here. Let's use it. Housing. I will put housing stuff temporarily in here so I don't lose it. What else do we have? Go ahead and open that. We'll use both of these. This is account bound, but we'll just hold it right there. Crafting, toss this in here. We got a bow that I got in a lower level dungeon helping somebody out earlier. We'll just get rid of it. Is there anything that we can break down? I won't be using that one, so we'll break that down. And let's go to sell. Yeah, we'll keep that. And we'll keep that. Let's sell everything else. Nothing to repair. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost ready to get going. There we are. We are good. I need to give this Tome of Dusty Shrew to somebody. I've already got it. Alright, let's head out to... we'll probably get to where we want to go from there, so that's where we'll start. So, welcome back to the series, everybody. Back to the show. I'll figure out what I'm saying eventually. I've been playing Stardew Valley all day, goofing off, and just got through going to the store, getting some pet food. The cat is happy now because I did that. And got back and I was like, darn it, I need to spend some time actually playing Lotro this weekend. I've been playing on my Nintendo Switch all day. I believe Dal Imroth stuff I'm wanting to do or need to do was out here. Is it in Belfalis? No. What about up here in this area? Where the heck is it? Oh, this is. Oh, my bad. This is all festival stuff. We need to turn that off. Those filled up my quest log and got rid of tracking what I'm actually working on, which is going to be the Song of Waves and Wind is the epic storyline for Corsairs of Umbar, and try to figure out where. It's not going to be any of Moria, no mission. King's Gondor. Is this part of it? Defeat so. Let me pull those up and see where that sends me. I'm not so sure that that's what we're wanting. I think that may be it. Let me check my map now. Yep, that was it. Alright, so we need to head over to Dal Imroth. Let's find... Where is this? I've got a quest here somewhere. Mount up. We'll get there quicker. Is that... Okay, that's trying to take me in there. That's I hate that it gives me that quest every time, or suggested on the minimap every time. That basically what that is there's a quest giver in there for getting a surname or whatever. So it tries to show you that every single time, and you go in there and then you're like, I don't want to do that, so then you leave it. Let's see what we got going on here. Our names got turned off.
You there! I charge you with assisting Columbell.
As you draw near, the guard straightens and looks around to see if anyone is listening. I recognize you. Word of your deeds has even reached those of us who spend most of our days underground. Underground, okay. Dunok, the other guard who works at the prison with me, has gone missing. I cannot leave my post any longer to search for him, but perhaps you could keep an eye out for him. Alright, I'll do that. So that was the quest we came over here for. Is there something else in... Oh, for the love of God. I'm in... Okay. I just realized that I'm not where I thought I was, so I grabbed another quest over here, so we'll have to do this before we go over to where I thought I was at to do a quest over there. Where's this guy supposed to be? Oh, yeah. He is no more. Why are you not clicking on it? What's going on here? Do I have to get off my mount, maybe? It's acting like I'm not doing anything to us. Yeah, that was weird. A trail of blood leads away from the slain guard. Let's see where it goes. So basically in Corsairs of Umbar, this is after we've defeated Sauron, the Black Gate, all that kind of good stuff. We've gone on to help the dwarves and the elves in the north and done a whole bunch of stuff. Helped the Bjornins and such in their area. And now we've gone back to Minas Tirith. Losing train of thought here. Where does the trail lead to? Hold on. It leads away from the slain guard. Okay, it just says leads away. That's so helpful. At any rate, went back to Minas Tirith, talked with King Elisor, also known as Aragorn, and he was wanting to go out into his kingdom to help out and assure everybody that he's helping them and so forth. Wife wasn't too happy with that because she said bad guys could still be out there, so they sent me, Gimli, and my brain just went completely dead. The elf. We'll just say that. The elf. Y'all know who I'm trying to say, but my brain is betraying me right now. To check on everything. And we've been doing that, and then he showed up with his wife and the king and queen. And we've been helping them around here, so forth. And it's been leading us over to Dol Amroth. I believe that's what it's called. Let me get this out of the way. Belfalis. Dol Amroth. That place. And so that's where we were up to. And then I accidentally took a quest halfway back, so we're going to finish this quest out. Then we'll go back to doing that. The point is the first half of Corsairs of Umbar is basically going through existing zones, but it's in the after war state. It's the King's version. It's called King's Gondor. Then after you get halfway through that, I think in chapter 5 of Wind of Song of Winds and Waves and Wind. I hate my brain. I hate it. I really hate my brain. And you get like to chapter 5 of it, you finally go to the new area, you know, down with the Isles of whatever the heck it's called. Where the hell is this going? Okay, I finally see the bloodstain again. So yeah, that's where we're trying to get to, so I can see the islands and stuff like that. We're not there yet. So the point I was trying to get to, long story short, too late for that, but long story short, is it looks a whole lot like the other places because we're still in the other places. But we will get to the new islander biomes eventually. We're in chapter 3.1 of the story. Like I said, we need to be in chapter 5 to be to the island area. Alright, I finally figured out where this is going. And in fact, now that I look at it, it was on the map. I should have had it over there in the first place. At any rate, live and learn. Yeah. Hopefully this little side quest won't derail me too long, because I was honestly looking forward to working in that new area. So, here we are.
Good day to you. I'm Eliril, one of the healers of Calimbel.
If you are making your way up the hill to Calimbel, nope, I've already been there, may I impose upon you to bring a crate of Kemenduril tonics to the barracks? Many soldiers came back from the war wounded, and the potions aid in their healing. Bring the crate to Meron, and he will show you what is to be done. So apparently I was supposed to come here first.
I shan't try to run from you. Yes, I killed Dunach, and I would do it again.
Even knowing he'd wound me in return, but this cut across my flesh is as to nothing compared to that which he dealt my heart. Dunach is the reason that the foul murderer Kender was allowed to break free of Calimbel's prison. That cur slayed my husband Horther, on his way to escape towards the mountains. I vowed to avenge Horther, and so have I done. I will stand trial if I must, but I could not let Dunach set any more prisoners free. Here, take this. She reaches a shaking hand into a pocket and withdraws a small book. I searched Dunach's house one day while he was on duty and found this. It's an accounting of prisoners he has let free in return for bribes. How many other murderers, thieves, and traitors did he allow to slip their bonds? If we cannot trust the law, we must take what measures we must. He'll accept judgment, but I beg you bring this book to Lord Angbor, and let him be the one who decides my fate. Go now. Eliarel is about to sew me shut, and I do not wish for an audience. What were you saying? Yep, my cat food and supplies came to like $70+. Kinda, sorta. I mean, it's not the crappy stuff, so yeah, sure. How do I get back over there? Okay, there's no way back up there. You gotta go all the way around. I believe we can go into an entrance over there. Let's do that. He's not too finicky, but his whole life, Elvis has been on decent food. He was raised that way. I bought him at 2 years old. Probably 7 or something like that now. Huh. Yeah, my little pain in the butt furballs over there sleeping on the bed right now.
I hear that you have offered your assistance to our fair city, and I'm inclined to take you up on that.
Greetings. I am Tharnian, captain of the guard here at Calimbel. I hear that you have offered your assistance to our fair city, and I am inclined to take you up on that. Orcs have taken up residence at Rosladar, near the foothills west of the city. Their might was broken during the war, but having so many gather in one place again will only spell trouble. I bid you do what you can to reduce their numbers. And while you're at it, learn how to read better. Let's see here. Where should I go? Down here and take a right? No. Yeah, out here, and we'll turn right here. Some do. And when you hit Control J, you can set the level of it up the top there. So you can actually scale the instance down.
Greetings. What have you there for me?
You hand him the accounts book and explain what happened. Angor's face grows grave, and he is silent for a few moments. Her methods were wrong, but I must think about how to deal with the situation. In the meantime, I will review the accounts you brought me to see what other rotten apples may be in this barrel. I thank you for your assistance with this. Hey, good, no follow-up. Except this one. Let's take this thing and just put it on ignore or whatever. It's never going to stop offering this to me. Where's it at? It is her, isn't it? Here it is. Heritage of Rohan. Sounds good to me. There we are. And done. Do you have to do... Are they going to offer every single one of them? Title awarded. Can you literally click every single one of them? Does it take the other one away? Noodle title has been literally. There's a Rohan there. So to get this to stop showing up on my thing, I'll take every one of them. I'll turn in every one of them. And we'll be done with it. Man, some of the bugginess. Not bugginess, just poor design. Unreal. And done. Alright, we got all of our titles, I believe. Now, let's see if he'll stop offering that on my mini-map and tricking me into coming in here every time I go by that place. Yay! It doesn't show it on the mini-map anymore. Woohoo! Alright, now where do we go? Back over there. There's got to be a shortcut across here. These maps are always such a pain in the butt. Yeah, right here was the shortcut. Holy crap. Isn't it right over here? Yeah. What is it? Okay, there's an indoors area. The barracks.
Welcome to the Columnbell Barracks.
You bring
tonics from Illyrio. Excellent.
While you're here, you might as well pass them out to the wounded soldiers. I could use all the help I can get. Alright, let's do that. What's she got going on here? Oh, it's a wounded soldier. By the way, while we're doing this, if you would, over on youtube.com/Ferone1, please hit the subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I've been trying for years. One of these years, before YouTube disappears into the nether, I hope to actually hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you would, please help me out with that. Last time I checked, I was at 816. But every time I say the number of what I've at, I end up going in there later in the week and find out that I lost one or two. And I'm like,
Done already.
All right.
Have you considered a position at a healing house?
No.
You seem to have the touch.
Hey, I just finished Quest of Lemodin. Well, well. If it isn't the rumor monger. Alright, we got that guy done. Let's see if I can finally leave this area. Oh, we've got to go over here and kill bad guys. That's right, there were orcs out there. Can we get across? Yeah, down here. So we'll take the war steed so we can go fast. Do-do-do! Just reading what somebody said in Kinship. By the way, if anybody's looking for a Kinship, I run Lorebound Walkers over on the Peregrine server. We are a new and returning member friendly Kinship, meaning that if you have questions, we'll try to answer them and help you out. And if we don't know the answer, we'll send you to the appropriate place, which usually is the Lotro Wiki. Very large kinship of friendly people. We do have rules, though. We've had a few bad apples come along that we've had to weed out because they don't understand that there are rules. You gotta be nice to everybody. Don't be a jerk. And you'll be fine. So I think where we're going is, yeah, right out in that area. Yeehaw! Didn't quite make it. Let's get tracking going for mining so we can do that as we see it close to us. Alright, we've discovered Rosladar. Roslador. Kind of like that, I think, is where that was pronounced. By the way, if anybody's wondering, I'm playing a champion, and I'm running the yellow spec for AoE damage. Is my favorite setup on this character, or on this class, I should say. Let's go left. We'll do the age-old tactic of Dungeons and Dragons of lefting. That's where you go left. Every left, and that way there. you eventually see everything. That was Slayer Deed for them, I believe is what that was showing. Let me get this one before he dies and check it. Yes, we have Slayer Deed, as well as the current quest I'm working on. That was that one. I'll go turn that in, and I can almost guarantee it's going to say, go right back out there. That's usually how these things go. That is Callum-Bell. Do I have that one to make this faster? Of course I do. That's where I started. In the stream. Duh! My brain, it don't work too well. Here we are. So, mount up, let's go find our guy, turn in the quest, and find out that he has a follow-up for us to go back out to the exact same place. Also, we're going to change the appearance of our mount, our war steed, here in just a second. Let me get over to where we're going first, and then I'll change it up. Alright, let's change up the appearance. Haven't done this in a second. It's been a little bit gear. I do like that look. Right now I've got that one going. That is the whimsical accessories. That is the birder's accessory. Wasn't a fan of the mushroom collector accessory. It seems kind of meh. That was really good, actually, the bedroll. What is this one? Okay. There's my mining one. Not really out mining right now. I think I'm going to go with the bedroll. Do I want the bedroll or do I want that one? The bedroll. Alright, apply. It's important. The way you look is extremely important, people.
You return with good news, I hope. Excellent. You have our thanks.
Finish. Aha! No follow-up. It's a miracle. Alright, let's move on then, while we have no other quests to do in this area. Make sure there's none hidden back over here. No, we're good. We're good. Alright, let's check over here in Belfalis. Alright, all of our quests are now over in Belfalis. Let's see if we can go to Dal Amroth. Those are all down. Where's my mount? Is right over here. I say mount, I mean stable master. It's right out here as quickly as possible before I find another
most
quest
welcome,
icon.
my friend.
Dal Amroth. Let's go with Swift. We'll pay for it. I don't know why I didn't pick up the stable master when I was there last time. Guess I wasn't thinking properly. Oh, I forgot. Where's that at? Here. There we are. Let's go ahead and grab this stable master so we don't have to pay for that again.
You are most welcome, my friend.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the fact that I'm most welcome. Hey, there's the VIP awards. Let's go ahead and update this. Actually, what is this one at right now? 215 months and 19 days. I'm told that that's not real. But right now, that's what it's showing for people that transferred and had it already. But we're going to leave it for right now, just in case. Actually, hold the phone. Remember that I didn't have this one on my returns. Let's go ahead and get it. Isn't this the spot? Am I missing something? It looked like that was the spot. Is it something? Oh, it's right over here. It's this fountain, not the big fountain, the little fountain. Alright, so we want to put this in here. Will you stop moving? Holy crap. Alright, so we will replace Callum Bell. So next time when we come out here, we'll actually get to the right spot. Now let's mount up. Watching for quests as I go along. Watching on the mini-map. It's the best place to find ones to pick up. I am working on my 146 human champion in the Corsairs of Umbar. Because I have a warden, it's 20 something. The other one was a free count one. And 146, but yeah.
You battled against drakes. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, given the stories I've heard of you.
Still, that is impressive. I have begun hearing reports of their presence, but had yet to determine how to handle them. Well, thank you for making my life that much easier.
Southeast of the city of Dolan are the ruins of Umbar.
By the way, I was replying to somebody in Discord. I realized that if you don't know I'm talking to somebody in Discord, you'd think that I'm crazy every so often when I just talk to myself. But anyway, I am crazy. With the war being over, merchants have begun to travel freely along the road that passes by them once more. However, it seems that the quieter days have led to a clutch of worms moving into the ruins. If you are heading that way, take care. If you are inclined to lessen their numbers, even better. Okay, so we got that. Let's mount back up. We need to go here and here. So for this one, we'll go down here and hang a left. Stranger Gull Call came from something. I couldn't read that. Corsair J-Jax steps from the shadows. Hey, it's J-Jax. Those guards are fortunate I chose to do no more than merely embarrass them. Could have slain them very easily if I wanted. But you are a friend, so they can live for today. To think you believed our paths would never cross again, Lorandon. It seems you have the pleasure of entering my story at least once more. Much has happened to me since I saw you last. Do you want to hear of my adventures? Sure, let's hear your adventures. Please don't be a session play. It doesn't look that way. My brother Daxamat and I believed we were done with Gondor when we bid you farewell, Lorandon. I thought we would return briefly home to Umbar, and after finding a new ship and a new crew, we would set sail once again in search of treasure. It was a fine plan, but well, that is the story, is it not? And here we go! Apparently we get to see the new areas sooner.
I returned at last to Umbar Barhalbel, the city of sails.
Cool. Ah, it is good to be home. The sea breeze welcomes us back to Umbar. My name may be spoken of all across the world already, but it will mean a little more to hear it spoken in the streets of our city. No doubt my exploits will earn us a tankard or two of ale in the Crab and Cutlass, or in the teeming Net Tavern. You were always partial to the hungry deep, weren't you, Dax? But we have work to do. The drinking will have to wait but just a little while. We will not stay too long, my brother. I need a proper ship and a bigger crew. Where should we seek for these things? Are there more guards than you remember? I don't remember. This way, Dax. Something about the city is different. Do you feel it too? There are too many guards here. The Haradrim of Ordok seem to be gone, but in their place the guardsmen appear, more vigilant. What has happened to my city of cells? I do not like this. Someone must answer for it, and they will answer to Jajax. I am going to sniff around and see what happened while we were gone. Wait for me here and cause no trouble. Okie dokie. So it says I'm supposed to just wait here. Ah, alright. And yet he is my brother. Trouble found him. Daxamat? It is you? What are you doing here? Talk to him. Okay. Dax, I haven't seen you in an age. I thought you perished in the war, but you must have escaped that fate somehow. I take it some portion of your brother's good fortune must have transferred to you. We could have used some of that here. Were you in the battle? I heard the Corsairs who followed Bellicor were slain by an army of dead men, and that they were led by the hated warrior Thoringil, who despised the Umbari so much he returned to life that he may slay even more. But that cannot be so. Still, there have been strange occurrences here in recent days, ever since the great earthquake that collapsed the Temple of the All-Seeing. People say he is dead, if such a thing is possible, but the Empire of Ordok did not stand long against the uprising. And when the fighting ended, the Kindred of the Coins announced that neither Sauron nor Ordok would rule again in Umbar. The Kindred claim they have ushered in a new age, but for people like you and me, Dax, and like your brother, I do not know if they mean it. The Gauls are full of thieves, or the Gals are full of thieves and Corsairs alike. No opponent of the Kindred lives long after voicing it. If they learn that you sailed with any heir of Castamere, this is not a good day for you to be here, Dax. The Kindred. Somebody coming up behind me? They sure are. Who speaks of the Kindred of the Coins? He did. I can only bear so much praise in one day, my friend. But I prefer it to complaining. The city is grateful to you and all the Kindred Koltek, sir. It is we who are grateful to your folk. The uprising began here in the lower ward of the city. The heirs of Castamere could not have been defeated by only 7 people after all. Such things need bodies. Who is your friend there? What is your name? Daxamat? Kotek nods idly, but behind his eyes you sense that he is paying very close attention to your face, and filing away your name for later consideration. Some there are who lead, and some there are who follow. Even the Kindred of the Coins is subject to this rule, my new friend. Azagat, the Sea Shadow, prides himself on leading. He does so with aplomb. Rothog, the Storm, carries out the wishes of those who give the commands, and they are made stronger with every swing of his mighty fist, and every bite of his sharp teeth. Ask the heirs of Castamere who attended the half-troll's last bout before the Seastone Mutiny about those teeth. Koltek grins. A private joke, Daxamat, but heed these words, for they are also true. The wisest of all is he who knows when to lead and when to follow. The wisest is he who knows when to speak and when to listen. Which are you, my new friend, and who do you follow? The heirs of Castamere? Or perhaps the Church of the All-Seeing? The city has many foes, and sometimes they require some rooting out. The uprising in Umbar was thorough, but Azagath has mused aloud that he sometimes wonders if it was thorough enough. You were not here when this occurred. Need I ask you where lie your loyalties? Koltek, you villain! Where are the supplies you promised my husband? Nakasi, my love. The things I promised to you have already been loaded onto your ship. I have my own voyage to make, and it is longer than yours. You have to go, Dax, before Koltek remembers you're here. Quietly through the northern exit. Northern, this way. Dax, this place is no longer safe for us. This kindred of the coins intends to imprison or put to death any freebooter and pirate that does not sell in support of them. There's no time. We have to leave this city. Quickly, back to the ship. Hurry, Dax, hurry! Ah, that was a brief moment there. Now we're back.
Orwick alone allowed us to escape. But if good fortune permitted it, ill fortune was soon to follow.
A sudden storm rose up and swamped the boat, and when at last I came to shore, it was back to Gondor I had been delivered. Of Dax there was no sign. I'm certain my brother lives, for he has survived much worse than that, sturdy crab that he is. You tell Jajax that Prince Imrahil and King Elisor should be told of the situation he encountered in Umbar, and the Corsair tilts his head, weighing your suggestion against the potential for reward. It is good to be owed favors and coined by kings and princes, Lorandit. I accept your offer. I have not been the guest of a royal court such as this before. Well, not an invited one anyway. And that is Jajax. This should be quite interesting. Make sure this is not hiding anything. We'll go ahead and move this over to the left. So it looks like we need to go over here. Let me see, down this way, yes. Yeah, we almost made it. There we are. And from here, hang a left. Take a right and go up the big stairs.
I said to keep an eye on him, not to bring him to my court.
Why should I trust these things, he says, of Umbar, or of the kindred of the coins? How do we know he is not one of them? Why should I trust one of the Corsairs who so troubled our coast during the war, and who continues to do so even now? Have you taken leave of your senses? No, I don't think I have. Let's see what these look like. Not interesting. And not interesting. Let's see what they are in stats. Extremely better than what I have now. So yeah, we'll take one of them. The one with the might on it.
Evil tidings have come to Dol Amroth from the coastline of Anfalas. Evil tidings have come to Dol Amroth from the coastline of Anfalas.
Tidings that harden my heart against such men as the Jajaks. But you need not hear of them from me. Speak instead to Captain Mero, for he left Outer Gondor just days ago, afoot and without ship. Tell Lorandon why this was your manner of travel, Captain. I'm sorry, what were you saying? I was reading something in the game. For sweets? Oh, we got bomb pops. No, those are gone. Have nothing. I need to get something.
If you command me to speak, my prince, I will. But the pain is fresh.
And the losses suffered there will haunt me to the end of my days. I came afoot because my ship, the Alfaroval, was burned off the coast of Enfilis by Corsairs of Umbar just days ago. Some of my crew survived and made the journey back to Dol Amroth, overland with me, but too many good sailors died to fire and water and Corsair blade. I demand to know why you now host in this palace one of the monsters who set my ship aflame.
You could tell this weepy old sailor that I was not involved with the burning of his precious ship.
Lorandon, and my proof is that he still lives. If I had been there, he and his crew would have been spared. J-Jax grins. Aye, they would have been spared the walk back to this city. Tell him this too. I did not burn his ship, but if he gets another, he would be wise to steer it far from J-Jax in the future. I'm pretty sure he heard you. He's standing right there, so I'm not going to tell him that.
Silence! I will allow no fighting in the Palace of the Swan.
King Elisar, these tidings of Anfalis make it clear to me that you should make a change in the plan we discussed. If the Corsairs of Umbar remain active along the coast of Langstrand, it is too dangerous for you to continue that way. Instead, you should make preparations to return to Minas Tirith. I will allocate a number of Swan Knights to attend on your journey, if you so desire.
I value your words, Prince Imrahil. I cannot heed the warning they contain.
The suffering of Anfalis makes it a more necessary destination for me, not a lesser one. I will see the state of things even, in Outer Gondor with my own eyes, and I will aid the people there as best I can, despite the danger, or perhaps because of it.
The prince wants to know where I am going. That is my own concern.
Being his guest has already grown tiresome. Farewell, Lorandon. Perhaps I will see you again, perhaps not.
Watch that one carefully if your paths cross again.
You may not have been responsible for the burning of the Alfaroval, Lorandon, but I think it need not matter. How many good men do you think he has slain during his life as a Corsair? Whether he fights on behalf of the heirs of Castamere or the kindred of the coins, or for himself, does it really matter to the men whose lives he takes or whose ships he burns? Watch that one carefully if your path crosses again.
If I cannot convince the king not to travel to Anfalas while it remains threatened,
by Corsairs of unknown loyalties, my king, I beg that you will consider delaying long enough to prepare for the journey. The storehouses and armories of Dol Amroth are yours to make use of as you will. Take the time to prepare, for I will not have it said that I sent you on to the outer fiefs, whatever, without adequate supplies or warning.
I understand Prince Imrahil's concerns. Let this, then, be the compromise.
I will remain for a few days till time in Dol Amroth, preparing to travel to Anphelis. But some of the company will instead journey north to the Blackroot Vale. The people there and their lord Dunhir lost much in the defense of Gondor. After the folk of the Vale have had some of their needs met and their concerns heard, this smaller group will rejoin the larger traveling party outside Anphelis, and we will together visit the Langstrand. You will go to Blackroot Vale, Lorandon. With you, I send Legolas. That's the name I was trying to think of earlier. My God, I suck. Gimli and my scribe, Caber. Isn't that how it was? It was Caber? Caber. I give up. There are 2 roads by which you may reach the Vale, but I leave to you the choice of which to take. The shorter but more dangerous road through Tarling's Crown, or the longer but safer road through Lemedon even, to the east, through Callambel, Lothgobel, and Dinidab. Whichever road you choose, your destination will be easily seen from afar. The hill of Urak towers above the Blackroot Vale. Now let's talk to Lotro.
Ah, it appears you managed to find me some books.
Thank you. I look forward to reading them as time allows.
I admit that my curiosity has been piqued, and I wondered if you would do me the favor of seeking out more tales about Lord Eomer.
There's no real reason, of course, aside from my curiosity and love for stories of the heroes of our time. A slight flush creeps into her cheeks as she smiles at some private thought. Here, take this coin and use it to entice the bards of Harper's Court for stories of their hero. Tell no one that it is I who asked, please. I can trust you with this, Lorandon, right? Okay. So we've got quests from both of them. Let's head back on out and see what we can do out here. Oh, my ears. Alright, so over here's where we gotta go for her. Nothing in here for the other one. Check outside. We still have stuff down here, and here. But Blackroot Vale, is that where we're headed? Alright, so I say we do these things, and then we'll figure out where to go after that. What's calling your name? Oh, yeah. Ice cream. Yep. Alright. Got a bunch of these up here I'm sure we have to talk to. A ballad of how Eomer lent horses to the future king and his fellowship. Where was the rest of that? During a time of need.
Well met. I am... oh, pardon me. Do pardon me.
I'm not ill, merely suffering from having walked here by way of the stables. You see, horses make me incredibly ill, and Dol Amroth has them stuffed into every nook and cranny. The bard's words are interrupted even, by a procession of sneezes. He blows his nose noisily and smiles at you with watery eyes. I am Fingir, minstrel extraordinaire, and it is my calling to write about the great and glorious battles in which our brave swan knights partook. Achoo! However, it is also my curse not to be able to get close enough to them without setting myself sneezing for days. Say, if you were to make your way to the keep of the Swan Knights and listen to their tales for me, I would reward you for your time. What do you say? Bard sings a dark song of Eomer being imprisoned at the behest of Grima Wormtongue. I remember that. Have I got the song for you? It all began on a day when the sun vanished from the sky. I know one or two. Gather round one and all and hear a song of Rohan. And looks like one more over here. An ode of how the love between Eomer and his sister Eowyn called the lady back to life as she lay in the houses of healing. Let's see what else we got. That's it. We can head back over here. We've also got this one out here. Let's go to this first, then back over to here. So nice being able to ride your war steed and not get rubber banded to hell and back. These new 64-bit servers are really nice. Really nice. And there's tons of people on here. Mainly because, you know, they packed everybody into 4 servers, basically. So, but it's still nice having tons of people you see everywhere. Because Lord of the Rings Online is an absolutely massive, massive world. It's unbelievably massive. And because of that, everybody's all in their own place, and at times it feels like you're in a ghost town. But here, with so many people playing on the server, you do see occasional people running by. So that's really cool. Tales of Battle.
Cannot but hope to encapsulate the glory, the terror, the rush of steel upon steel, and the fear of the flesh in the presence of it all.
There were orcs and feral men, flashes of blood and metal and fur, fighting by tooth and fang and claw. It was a thing I shall never forget, and from which my dreams will never be safe. Let's see if we can get some tales from anyone else here. Surely there's other people. Oh, yeah, here's one right here.
I wish I could tell you I was a hero and did great deeds, but in truth I was sick with fever and never made it out of camp.
Hold it. Somebody right here? Where is it? Maybe it's upstairs and looking. Yeah. It's up here. There's the person looking for.
These are troublesome times indeed.
You wish to know of the battlefield? I have much to say, of course. Why, I myself was responsible for bringing down 6 orcs. One after the other, they fell at my hand. I was even lucky enough to find myself back to back with Prince Imrahil at one point. We were set upon by a pack of vicious warriors, but they had nothing on my lord. You should have seen the way he swung his sword, like it weighs nothing at all. His foes fell in great numbers before him, piled around us in droves. Glad am I that I was able to serve and save these lands, my prince and our king. Two more people I need to talk to here.
Stories of the battlefield, you say? It was important. We did not really have a choice, did we?
It was go to war or die, or go to war and die, as many of my friends, my family did. But we could not just wait for them to take our country and our lands, to kill and slaughter as they washed over us like a dark wave. It was important that I went, that we went. I just wish more of us had come back, but it was important. I'm sorry. Nobody in there. Here's our last one.
The war. For a bard? I do not really remember it truly. I think I do not want to.
It comes in flashes to me in dreams, the noise of it. There's always a lot of noise. My captain yelling, the snarls of the enemy, the sounds of metal on metal, or worse, on skin. The cries of the wounded, the horns propelling us forward, beacons of hope when it seemed all was lost. I do not wish to remember, but I fear I will never forget. I am just glad that we have won. My only hope is that none may ever need to experience such things again. Perhaps, because I and others met that bloody host on the field, our children will know peace. Perhaps none other will again have to carry these memories. Alright, now we can go back and turn that quest in. Now, just in case we turn that in, he gives us a follow-up to go to where we're about to go to turn the other quest. We're going to go back to him first. Been fooled too many times by game designers. Quest designers, I should say. Watching on youtube.com/Rome1, please remember to hit the subscribe button. I guarantee you it's absolutely free. It's not on Twitch, and if you'd like to do it over there, hey, more power to you. But on youtube.com/Rome1, please hit the subscribe button and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. And I'll be your bestest friend. Maybe. Let's see here.
Welcome back. Do you have any tales for me to write about?
You pass along the stories you heard from the Swan Knights. The bard's face grows pensive as you speak. It seems that, along with glory, there is also much darkness in war. Too often our songs sing only of the honor to be won, the renown one might gain. You have given me much to think about, Lorendon. I shall endeavor to write a song that encapsulates both the glory and the horrors of war, lest we are urged to go too soon to battle when other ways might suffice. Do not get me wrong, for our knights were fighting for the very world itself. But it is good to know of, and to share both sides of this coin. You have my thanks for bringing me these tales. Yay, no follow-up. Alright, now let's go back and turn in the other quest. Did I miss the staircase? Nope, I'm not there. No, I'm not there yet. There it is. Riding these war steeds is a lot like sailing a boat. You give it forward thrust and then you kind of guide it.
You return! Tell me, did you hear much of Oya?
You recount the various songs, tales, and deeds you heard. So he is brave, kind, and loves his family fiercely enough to call back his sister from death's doorstep. He has known battle and betrayal, but also friendship. He is akin to one of our own, our Swan Knights, and also noble of spirit. did not flinch when called upon to aid the king and his companions, even when not knowing who they were. Thank you, Lorandon. You have given me much on which to think. Alright, we have finished that. We can, I think, now leave the city and move on to the stuff that's outside the city, unless we step out here and see another quest pop up. But I think we're good. Okay, so we'll come down here to the Cape, do that, then we'll come across if this doesn't send us back. It'll probably send us back. I saw it back there. Dang it. I saw a quest marker. Oh, it's the VIP one. Good. Straight on south, second star to the left. Straight on till morning. I think I see the way down over here. Yep. I remember fighting this area on the way through. Before it became King's Gondor version. Those are some mega-sized rats. Oh my god, stop hitching. It's not the server, it's my computer there that's messing up. Will you get back over here? My god. Welcome back. everything down there. Make sure that I've got exploration credit for that over there. I can't get over to that spot. Alright. And the turn-in is back in town. Trying to get over here to this flag on the map just to make sure that if I need to get an exploration credit that I get it. Yeah, I'm basically here and I didn't get anything, so let's go on.
Thank you for taking care of our vermin problem.
No, it's not a pleasant task, but they often carry disease and can be a great risk to our citizens. And no follow-up, yay. Alright. Next thing, oh, hold on, there is something over here. Where did that light up at? It's like literally right here, here we are.
Did you? Oh, you found it!
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you!
I need to get this back to its safe box right away. Oh, thank you. Okay, I forgot about that. That was the item that we picked up out there with the rats. So we are good to go over here now. Alright, let's mount up and head out. Mr. Turn. Miracle, I made that corner. Something right up here I need to do. Let's get off the mountain and have a look around. Oh.
Days of peace have come at last to Gondor.
Worry not, my injuries are minor. I have escaped worse places with more grievous wounds. The Corsairs captured me, but could not agree on my fate. Some wanted me dead, though a few did not seem thrilled by the prospect. Even their efforts to search for me have been half-hearted. None have ventured past the walls of their camp. I can understand their caution. The chances of them finding kindness outside those walls would be slim. Before I report back to Gielinor, I have some ideas on how to weaken the Corsairs' hold here. I'm afraid I cannot approach the camp in my physical state, but your help would be enough.
Have you come to help? Good.
Some of the Corsairs who have flocked to Abadek's watch seek safety rather than a cause to continue fighting. If you find any Corsairs who seem hesitant to draw their weapons, please convince them to find me. I promise to help them find peace in Gondor, or a safe voyage home to Umbar.
We must not let our vigilance lapse.
While Abadek's watch will never return to its former strength, we cannot allow the Corsairs to continue like this. Destroy the barricades that they have constructed, and those crumbling ruined walls will seem a little less sturdy than they once appeared. Okay, and where's that at? Ah, it's across the road here. Hey, we finished the Explorer deed. It didn't pop up in here. I hate when it does that. And anyway. Okay, it's way up there. Let's make sure there's nothing in here to take care of. Doesn't look like it. I got quiet in Discord. Huh. What'd you say? Oh. No, I'm just trying to play through the story right now. It's a different kind of stream. Friday is more of the goofing off kind of stream. Let's see, do I need any more of anything? Seems like I need something right over there. Ah, there's barricades over here. Okay. Wrong person.
Have you come to help?
Thank you for helping me convince them, Lorandon. I hope we can put the days of war behind us for the sake of both of our peoples.
We must not
Well
let
done.
our vigilance.
Now we should have an easier time chasing the Corsairs out. Alright, so no follow-up quest. That's good. Let's go ahead and grab this this ore over here. Check our map. Nothing to go back to over there. We do need to go down the road here, though. Go ahead and pick this up. The music is always top-notch in this game. Did you ever get your war steed on your character, Furby? It's worth it. At least now. That would be 80? 75 to 80, I think. Alright. Yeah, you gotta go through Rise of Isengard first, and then Riders of Rohan, you'll get your war steed. Oh, man. I know you're tired of reading, but really good content. Okay, that makes sense. Huh. Alright, let's see what we got going on. Oh, we're supposed to kill the worms here. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'm planning on going back and doing a lot of the stuff that I past, you know, just briefly went through the story on, because right now I'm just trying to get to the finish up the thing on one character. But I fully intend to go back and finish out Mirkwood and stuff like that. Do the dungeons and the raids. Yeah. Alright, that takes care of that area. Back to Dal Amroth. Well, I'm porting back over there. I'm gonna use the restroom and get me a drink. I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Got me some tea here, just letting it do its thing. And let's see, where do we got to go to turn this in? Over here. It's hard to go through town here without running people over.
You've done Dol Amroth a great service this day. Thank you for doing what you could to help make the roads to Dol Amroth safer.
Alright, no follow-up. So what do we have left? Your choice thing. Alright. Let me open this up. Defeat enemies in Lemedon and Blackroot Vale, King's Condor, 0 of 18. Or travel through all these places. Lemedon. Where's Lemedon? Let's see here. There's Lemedon. Let's go to... Ah. Okay. Yeah, I did most of this already. I remember going up through here doing quests. So maybe we'll do that. We'll go back to Calimbell. Let's go find the mount. Which I thought was right here. Where the heck is the mount at now? Is that it? Stable Master's way over there. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's rock and roll. Those of you watching on youtube.com/FromOne, please hit the subscribe button. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Eventually, we will get there. I may die of old age, but I think I might get there before then. Maybe an hour before, maybe a second before. We shall see. Why did I go right past the Stable Master instead of stopping at the Stable Master? That would have been what I should have done, but I didn't.
The long night has ended, and the sun rises upon a peaceful kingdom.
Alright, let me get this tea taken care of. Alright. Really good. Really good. Alright. We gotta turn in over that way. Let's actually get on the ordinary mount. I know it won't be as fast, but it's easy to maneuver in tight places. Calimbell seems to have achieved a measure of peace after the war. Okay, so that's all that was? Alrighty then. Maybe we will get back onto our war steed and carry on. I stop for ore. I believe that what this would be doing is taking me to each of these quest hubs to do quests, but I've already come through here doing these quests, so I think we just have to go through town to get the update. There it is. So on to the next one. It's not fully recovered is what that one said. There we are. Explorer of Limited renewed is completed. And we get a title and our virtue is capped. Let's go ahead and switch it to Valor. Whoops, I didn't want to take it off. I wanted to switch it to that one for using it. For gaining experience, I'll learn how to speak eventually. Let's see here.
A king has come again to Gondor.
Alright, so on to the next place, although I can see I have a quest here. So I don't think I did this village. We'll go ahead and do it.
Days of peace have come at last to Gondor.
Some bandits have made camp west of here. They have not bothered us here in Dinadab in some time. Could you check on the camp for me? Tell me what you find. And there seems to be a quest over here as well.
Oh there, traveller. You look as if you're in need of a meal and a place to put up your feet.
Gladion's dark gaze lightens. I'm sorry, that's narrator voice. Gladion's dark gaze lightens as he takes in the sight of you. And while his clever smile pushes away some of the weariness on his face, you can't help but notice he's aged years in the weeks since last you saw him. He greets you with the same words he did the last time you walked up this road. Ho there, traveller! You look as if you are in need of a meal and a place to put up your feet. You are welcome to take respite and break bread with us tonight. In exchange, we ask for a day's work on our farm. Limril will be pleased to see you, and her cooking has only improved since your last visit. Okay. Let's see what we got.
Gondor needs your aid.
That's the wrong voice. So you will stay. I am very glad to hear that. Very glad indeed. Now, this may sound familiar to you, but there are some squeaky chairs that Limril will not let back into the house until they are repaired, and also a ladder with a broken rung. No, not the same chairs as last time, nor is it the same rung of the ladder. Your repairs held up. Alright, so we got some chores to take care of here. Where are the chairs at? There they are. Okay. We'll go turn those in. In fact, while we're out here doing this, let's go ahead and change our outfit to something more fitting. There we are.
How may I help you, friend?
You're as fast as I remember, Lorandon. Now, while we do not need help harvesting, we do need help with weeding and picking stones.
Gondor needs your aid.
Thank you, friend. Normally I pick stones on Sunday. It'll be nice to have some of that time back for myself. What was it you said to me last time? That your life is one for traveling. Be that as it may, know you are always welcome around here, even if it is for a short rest.
Before you leave, we would love if you could join us for dinner.
Surely even you must need a rest after such hard labor.
A familiar scene unfolds. A weary traveler, having just finished helping with a hard day's work, joins a humble family for a meal.
I'm glad you would share a meal with us once again, Lorandon. I know you will insist on helping, so I will not try to dissuade you. You recall where we keep the dishes? The hutch in the corner. Would you set the table for 6, if you please? Thank you for the help, Brandon. Gladian should be home any moment now. The peace is broken by the sound of the door opening. Hello, everyone. I am relieved to be done with the day's chores, and that we will have the pleasure of your company once more, Lorandon. Limril? Are we expecting another guest besides Lorandon? No, why do you ask? Because the table is set for 6, not 5. Oh, If you'll excuse me, I left something in the other room. Did I say something wrong? Will you please speak with Limril for me? Learn what has so upset her. I'll try. I am so embarrassed, Lorandon. I asked you to set the table for 6, because when last you were here, we were expecting Furion. She falls silent. After a moment, she sighs unhappily and wrings her hands. But he will never join us for a meal again, will he? It will take some time to become used to that idea, if such a thing is even possible. I do not know if it is, but we will try. I will talk to Gladian. For now, let us try to enjoy our meal. Alright, let's see here. We need to go speak with him again.
We've all taken my brother's death very hard.
You really?
Limril and I try to keep our spirits up, especially in front of the children. As you can see, this does not always work.
You relay what Limril said to you. Oh, I see. I was afraid I had made some misstep. He sighs and runs his hand down his face, and then says the part that he just got through saying. Alright. Reputation changed, deed completed, and title awarded. The Renewer. Alright, so we have finished that quest. We have some stuff out here. I want to run through town real quick to make sure that there's not any other quest I missed before I go out there. That is good tea. Okay, I don't see anything popping up, so I think we're good to go out there. 20 Lotro points by simply playing the game. You can't argue with that. I haven't wore this one in quite a while. But I gotta change up the weapons if I do that. Let's go back to this. Are we there? We are there. Okay, that's all that was up here. Yep, go back and turn that in. Should have put a little sugar in it. Needs a little sweetening. Might as well harvest as we go. This is the Umbar tier of crafting materials. Oh, there he is, right over here.
Have you come to help?
Just as I
Good.
thought, they have barely anything to their name but the clothes on their backs. Why continue to live out there when they could come home? Lamadin has no shortage of honest work that needs doing. Okay, no follow-up. We will continue down the road to our next place. It amazes me how well the War Steed works on the 64-bit servers. Because I kid you not, it was a nightmare on the 32-bit servers. Whoa, 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 whoa. He passed right by it. Okay, we're going to have to move it over there ourselves. So we got too close and then it messed up. There we are. We're good now. There's a quest right here.
Halt! By Lord Dweenhere's edict, none are to enter the Blackroot Vale without his permission or without dire need. It is my duty to inform you that all others must be turned away, with my truest apologies. Have you an invitation from the Lord, or some suitable course for entrance?
You inform the guard that you have come to the Blackroot Vale on behalf of King Elisar. A flash of concern washes over the guard's face, and he stammers as he begins to speak again. Yes, of course, you may enter the Blackroot Vale. Lord Duinhere bids a gracious welcome to King Elisar and all of his emissaries from Gondor and the lands beyond. The guard appears to have finally steadied himself, and he appears impressed with himself for managing such a diplomatic speech unrehearsed. Even so, I must ask that you speak to the steward of the Vale, Malthalum, in the town of Morlad, and seek his permission to remain in the Blackroot Vale, and if it does not trouble you, please offer my apologies to the king for delaying you in your errand. Okay, so that's what I figured we would end up getting a quest to go over here. Is that not what it is? Oh, it's sending me to Morlad. Morlad, not over here. Why don't I go check out this spot over here and make sure there's not a quest? Just got intuition that a quest designer has thrown in a quest over here that I would have to come back to. We're going to see if that's true or not. First off, there's a stable master. We want to get him. And
the shadow of war is now behind us.
I don't
and
see
Gondor
anything lighting up here, so maybe not. Maybe I wrongly assumed that the quest designers would do that. Alright, let's head over to Morlad and check that out. Then we'll come back to this right here. So we can go over here. This is so much nostalgia in this, because this is like, we came down through here after going through the ghost area up there, that area where all of the undead were, and down here to this spot. This was our first spot in Gondor, back when we were going through the first time, headed over to Minas Tirith for the war. So it's a shot of nostalgia, honestly. Pretty cool. I'm going to grab this out here. There it is. And let's see what we got going on here. Deed bestowed. It's not going to tell me what it is. Let's see. Do I need to turn? Yes, I do. Yum. Quite the nostalgia trip, honestly. I loved this little area on my way through the first time. You have discovered Morlad. I believe I discovered it before. But okay. It's the first time in this expansion that I've discovered it. Let's see here. So the place is going to be up there, I believe. Stable master.
A king has come again to Gondor.
Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and set this as the last one down here. Oh, it's the festival grounds. Let's do this one. Alright, here we are.
I must admit that I did not expect you to return to the Blackroot Vale so soon. You are, of course, welcome to remain here as long as you wish.
Lorandon, it is good to see you well, and it gladdens my heart to know that you survived that terrible war with Mordor. The Blackroot Vale lost many, too many, of its sons in the defense of Minas Tirith and the battles that followed, as I am certain you know well. I must admit that I did not expect you to return to the Blackroot Vale so soon. You are, of course, welcome to remain here as long as you wish. Lord Duanir has matters of his own to tend to, but I have the authority to grant you his permission. I must ask, though, what business brings you here? You inform Malthalam that you have returned to the Blackroot Vale on behalf of King Elisor, who travels Gondor to see his new kingdom. Malthalam nods, but you sense a hesitance behind his gaze. You must pardon my candor, but perhaps it is best that you have come in King Elisor's stead. The Vale mourns, and though it may indeed be a new time of peace, my people have found little of it.
Much has changed since you last visited the Vale, my friend. The war exacted a heavy toll upon us, and many of our bowmen did not return from their journey to Minas Tirith.
Morlad has borne the greatest loss in the Vale, with many of its sons being slain in the war, and in especial the Lord's sons, Dulin and Durufin. They were beloved among the people of Morlad, and it is a great sorrow that neither of them will be heir to the lordship of the Vale. Between the news that King Elisor would not come to the Vale and of the baseless rumors that Lord Duanir slew an emissary of the Haradrim in Minas Tirith, the people of Morlad believe that the Blackroot Vale has come to be known as a place of disrepute, a palace of low-born criminals not worthy of the king's attention. Such a thing cannot be true, of course. After all, King Elisor was swift to pardon the Lord when the true culprit was identified, but alas, voices carried through Minas Tirith and out into Gondor. That is another matter, though. If you have come on behalf of King Elisor, then let us continue your work. It is true that you are an emissary of King Elisor, but more importantly, you are held in high regard among many people in the Vale. Your presence could do much to ease their misgivings in the aftermath of the war, Lorandon. I would ask that you travel to the hamlets of Allegrant, Sardol, and Lenkrath to deliver word of King Elisor's gratitude to their people. Oh, and Tinglebell has been rebuilt since last you were in the Vale, and its people would be pleased to see you again. May you find good fortune in this errand, Lorandon. Let us hope that peace is closer than it seems. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Yep. A lot of places to go. Let's start with this one up here. Oh, my bad. We got quest right here. And seeing as we have quest right here, we probably should travel around this town as well.
Friend. One of my bowmen, Agnir, has taken an unexpected leave of his duties here in Morlad.
Might I trouble you with a more private matter, Lorandon? One of my bowmen, Agnir, has taken an unexpected leave of his duties here in Morlad. It is not like him, at least not as he was before he set off for the war with Lord Duanir, but now, and it pains me to say it, I can scarcely recognize him. Before he left, few could contest that he was one of Lord Duanir's most skilled bowmen, only equalled by the Lord himself and his two sons, Dulin and Durufin. When Agnir returned, I saw in his eyes a sorrow not unlike that of Lord Duanir and Lady Rosvin, but I do not know why it has taken hold of him. I have asked him, but he will not answer, and now he has gone so far as to leave Morlad. Do not misunderstand, my friend. I would not see him punished, but I worry for him, and I worry that he may not return to us at all. From what I've heard, Agnir was last seen traveling southward toward Allegrant. Will you seek him out and ask him to come home to Morlad? So let me take a look here. We probably should mount up and run through town. Sorry, I was busy reading. I have to read, like, full novels every time I go to another NPC, so it's just like, you know. Just going to run through town to see if I can find any quest here. Again, that I'm talking to people in Discord that y'all can't hear, so I'm not completely crazy, just partially. Okay, that's it. There's nothing else here. I think we're good. Let's head back down. I'm having great fun right now going through the story in Corsairs of Umbar. Says the man who's never been there. If you put your nose to the grind, you would. I've been there. I spent a good year or more doing that. Then I found the one that I really liked and decided I was going to play it on out. Maybe you've done that with the warden. Mm-hmm. It's because every class in the game is fun. Yeah, it's another cool one I want to play. Mine is sub 20 or something like that. My theory is if I can stick to the champion and make it through all the expansions, then I can spend as much time as I want hopping from alt to alt and not feel like I'm behind. It's a personal thing. It's not anything that I think anybody else should have to do. It's just something I feel like I need to do.
Hail! What business do you have in Tinglebell? Has the Lord sent you to check on our progress?
You informed Drabnir that you have come on behalf of King Elisor to deliver a message to the people of Tinglebell. Drabnir summons the other inhabitants of Tinglebell over to you and gestures for you to speak. You offer your sincere gratitude to the people of Tinglebell, and they appear somewhat heartened by your words. You make certain to mention that the hardships that Tinglebell in particular endured during the War of the Ring have not been forgotten to Gondor, and that King Elisor mourns those who were slain by the orcs of the White Mountains. After you finish speaking, the crowd murmurs in assent and disperses. I know, for my part, that many here will appreciate the king's words. You see, I lived in Tinglebell before the war. It was a great pain upon my heart to learn what became of it while I served with Lord Duinhir in the defense of Minas Tirith. I know firsthand what battles we fought and what sacrifices we made during the war, and I know well the role that King Elisor played in securing this newfound peace for Gondor. I was there, Lorandon, but many of these folk were not. It is important that they know that Gondor remembers them, and that the king works in their best interest. I thank you for your visit on the king's behalf, Lorandon. There is much work to be done still in Tinglebell, but we shall see to it to its end. See it to its end, I mean to say.
I'm told that Lord Duinhir has ordered some of his men to remain in Tinglebell lest the orcs return. To that end, I've just finished crafting another batch of arrows, and it would be a great help if you could deliver them to the bowmen here in Tinglebell.
I must thank you again for your efforts to wrest Tinglebell from the orcs during the war. Once Lord Duinhir and his men returned, the orcs could scarcely defend themselves and fled into the mountains. Yada yada yada, he just said that. I don't believe that the orcs will dare to return now that Tinglebell is rebuilt and so well defended, but if they do, we will be prepared. I will not lose my home a second time. Take as many as you can carry from this barrel and bring them to our bowmen. Where's that? There it is. Alright, oh, and he's got something else.
Oh, might I ask one more thing of you?
My apprentice Rudin is due to deliver a new supply of iron ore to my forge, but he's been gone a bit longer than I would have expected. He's probably just talking to one of the miners again, but there's a lot of work to be done today, and I could use another pair of hands. Would you check on him up by the mine? Sure, certainly I will. So we've got a bunch of people to talk to here. There's Rudin there.
Please, I beg you, do not tell him about this. I will sort this out, I swear it.
Oh no, how did I even do that? Rudin stands beside a toppled cart and iron ore lies strewn about the ground. And now he sent someone to check on me? Master Borodin is going to have my head for this. He tasked me with delivering a supply of unrefined iron ore to the forges, but if I don't get this cart righted, it's going to cause a lot of trouble for the miners. Would you help me deliver this ore to Master Borodin? I was also supposed to help clean up the loose ore strewn about the village from when the orcs took Tinglebell, but Now it seems I'll have no time for that. Please, I beg you, do not tell him about this. I will sort this out. I swear it. So, okay, we're going to help him pick up the ore. I'm surprised it doesn't make me get off my mount for this. I'm going to get off my mount for this just because it seems like the right thing to do. Where's the next one? Ah, there it is. Another deed bestowed that it won't tell me what it is because, you know. Anyway. Just a little spring ankle. You can walk it off. It'll be fine. Rub a little dirt on it.
As
What
much
is this,
as I
Lorendon?
appreciate your assistance, I do not recall taking you on as my apprentice.
What is this, Lorendon? You set the ore down beside Borodin's forge, and he nods and thinks, as much as I appreciate your assistance, I do not recall taking you on as my apprentice. What has Ruodin done now? You explain that Ruodin has accidentally toppled a cart outside the mine in Tinglebell. Borodin sighs, but you notice a slight smile. When I was an apprentice, I did the very same thing, and it was years before I heard the end of it. It will take time and more careful hands, but Ruodin will make a fine blacksmith. Since he's still preoccupied with that cart, I could use your help moving one last crate of ingots over to the wagon at the western end of the village. Those crates are awfully heavy, and I've already moved more than my fair share of them. What do you say, my friend? One last favor? Sure, you got it, buddy. Let's see, where is it? There it is. It's one of those carry ones, alright. And I'm guessing it's down here somewhere. Holy crap, yeah, he walks slowly. We're just about to hit level 147 here very shortly. Do I carry it to this card, I'm assuming? There we are. Alright, now let's go ahead and finish these up. What are y'all doing right now? I don't know what that is, honestly. Finish giving out the arrows to the bowmen here. There we are. Let's go turn these two quests in and we can move along.
Very good, my friend. Loncroft and its people were very kind to us when Tinkerbell fell. And I will never forget that. But my place is here. At my home and at my forge.
Oh, hello, Dean 147. Right.
It is done then? Very good. I don't think my back could have withstood another one of those crates. I'm not the young man I once was, after all.
Borodin chuckles to himself. Well, let us just say the path to becoming a journeyman can be a long and winding one. You have my thanks, Lorendon, and do offer my regards to King Elisar. Let's get on our fast mount. Who are you on? Why, you were saying how that destroys everything. That's pretty funny. Yar, stop! Holy crap! Holy crap! Stop! Oh my god. Okay, there we are. Nope, not over there. I saw that. There's a bounty back there. I'll have to pick that up. Alright, let's talk to this gentleman.
Randy set off for the hill of Eric.
Keep starting
with
way
two
down
young
here.
boys named Thendor and Glamion. Would you go find them? Such a dare could lead them into grave danger.
Now let's read the rest of it so we know what the hell he was talking about. I don't believe we spoke the last time you were in the Vale, but I remember your face. I am Berthaland, a simple craftsman of Gondor, and you are? You introduce yourself and inform Berthaland that you are one of King Elisar's emissaries. Ah, I did not realize you worked in service for the king. But I ask a small favor of you. You see, some of the children in Lencrath have taken to daring each other to do this and that, and it is usually harmless fun. However, I overheard one of the older girls, Randis, talking about the Stone of Utterk. You have been to the Vale before, Lorandon, so surely you know what lurks on the hill of Utterk. Such a dare could lead them into grave danger. Randis set off with two young boys named Thendor and Glamion. Would you go find them? Tell them to come home before it is too late.
What an unexpected return. What business brings you to Lencrath?
You inform Osmond that you have come on behalf of King Elisor to deliver a message to the people of Lencrath. Osmond calls for the other inhabitants of Lencrath, and they gather about you as you begin to speak. You offer your sincere gratitude to the people of Lencrath, and while some appear to be heartened by your words, a few others seem dismissive of your presence in the Blackroot Vale. You apologize on behalf of King Elisor for the hardships that Lencrath endured during the war, including accepting the refugees of Tinglebell after it was sacked by the orcs of the White Mountains. At the mention of Tinglebell, a few in the crowd grumble in protest. After you finish your remarks, the crowd disperses. I am afraid gratitude alone is little comfort to those who have lost their sons in the war. Not to mention, you have forgotten another matter entirely, that of the sleepless dead. When the king summoned them, they followed him past Lencrath. Do you have any idea how scared our children were? How heavy that dread laid upon the hearts of our elders? No. Short of banishing the last of the dead, there is little else that troubles us here now that the war is ended. If that authority is King Elisor's alone, then I ask why he has not used it for the good of his people. Forgiveness or no, what further use could those dead men have to Gondor? They endanger us by their very presence, so I must believe that King Elisor deems our lives a worthy cost. Osmond pauses. Forgive me, Lorandon, I apologize for my harsh manner, but you must understand that not all is well simply because Gondor has won the war. As always, you are welcome in Lencrath, but King Elisor has much still to prove to us. Okay. Anything else here? I see nothing else here. We need to go over here and here. Yep, alright. So do I go straight across? Yeah. No, it is up the road. My bad. I saw the ghost and thought that was where I needed to go. There we are. You have found Thendor and Glamion, but Randis is not with them.
But Randis wouldn't listen. I don't want to do the dare anymore. I want to go home.
You comfort Thendor and try to encourage him to return to Lencrath with Glamion.
Randis said she wasn't going to come back until she touched the stone. But it's been a long time.
was going to go with Randis, but then Thendor got scared, so I didn't want to leave him alone. You tell Glemion to take Thendor back to Lenkrath and that you'll find Randis. If you say so. I was wondering who left. Must be power outage time. Rada stands before the stone of Edric, clearly uneasy.
But I was so
Why do they
close.
keep doing
I
that?
only stopped because I heard those voices. Did you hear them too?
Who are you? Why is it so cold? You tell Randy, so you've come to bring her home to Lenkrath. I can't go yet. I've got to.
Oh no! I thought they were just stories. Are they gone?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I ought to get home. Just don't tell Thendor and Glamian about this, okay? Oh, I've just got to do something first. Ha! See? I told them I'd touch it.
Good lord. Alright, what do we got here? I still gotta do something over here. What is it over here? It's over that way. It's just to the left of me, whatever it is. Ah, here, Legolas.
The Hill of Erech. We have seen it before, but in different circumstance.
Let's see, there's the heavy. It's much better than what I currently have.
I do not wish to climb this hill again. The memory is grim.
When last we stood atop the summit, a great host gathered about King Elisor. They were those who broke their oath to Isildur, and they came to his descendant that they might fulfill it and have peace. Many were the shades of dead men that followed in our train when we departed Eric, and they were the fighters who wrested control of Pelargir for the Grey Host. Without this army of the dead, we could not have seized the Corsair ships that bore us to the Harland and Minas Tirith. The shades who gathered about King Elisor atop this hill redeemed their oath and recovered their honor. Should that make it pleasing to recall from we who were there? I do not believe it does. Speak with Kaibar and Gimli, and afterwards we will proceed to Morlad on King Elisor's business. So we should have came here before going
This
over there.
story that Legolas and Gimli speak about fills me with fright.
I am gratified to learn that the king made use of the shades that betrayed his mighty forebear, and so gave them the redemption that was once denied them, but Khyber frowns deeply and casts nervous glances toward the summit of the hill of Edric. You say that some of the shades did not fight on behalf of the king? How ruthless must those dead men now be, knowing there is to be no redemption for them? How much must they hate the living, now that the chance for peace has come and passed them by? Not want to go up there, King Elisor would understand if we do not, surely.
I am not afraid, you understand. But there is little reason for us to climb again to the summit.
The king would expect us to slay any such members of the ruthless dead that we encounter in the Vale, or whatever passes for slaying such spirits. I'm not entirely clear on that point. Legolas has tried to explain it to me, but it all seems rather complicated. What do I know? I know that if any of the ruthless dead think to trouble us, or the folk who live nearby, we will inconvenience them. We will inconvenience them with sword or bow or axe and let them return if they dare. They are sure to haunt the hill of Uruk at night, but they will be along the road to the paths of the dead at all times, I wager. Okay, so now what? So we need to take care of some of them, basically. Inconvenience them. We need to do that to 8 of them. Oh, there's one right over there. That is a bear. That is most definitely not dead and very alive. I have no idea. You'll have to ask him that next time he's on. One more. There we are. Okay, I need to go back to Moorland. Or actually, let's go turn this in down here first, then we'll take the mount stable master to Moorland. I heard a zing, but I don't see the message. That's weird.
We still tell tales of the Shadow Men because there is truth to them. But too often the children think they are just that. Stories.
Pink
I am
Katie
just
is
grateful that you
raiding
were
with
there
a
to
party of
protect her.
4. Thank you for that. I greatly appreciate it. Ah, you're back. Thindor and Glamion returned not long after you left, and Randis just ran back into Lenkrath. She had quite the grin on her face. I trust they weren't too much trouble for you. You tell Berthalind that the ruthless dead appeared at the Stone of Edric. I see. I hoped they would not, but I feared as much. We still tell tales of the Shadow Men because there is truth to them, but too often the children think they are just that, stories. I am just grateful that you were there to protect her, Randin. Now that she is safe, I hope Randis will take this lesson to heart. Why is it not scrolling? There we are. The other children look up to her, after all. Alright, that quest is done. Nothing else to turn in here, so let's go to the stable master and run up to Morlad.
Welcome to King's Gondor, friend.
Welcome, everybody. If you're watching on Twitch, please hit the follow. And if you're watching over on youtube.com/From1, please hit the subscribe and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I greatly appreciate it if you would do that. Let's see. We need to do a turn in here. It's going to be up at the top, I believe. Actually, let's not use that one. Let's use a normal mount. Hello, Pink Katie. How are you tonight? I was stuck in a few ads. I understand. Twitch loves to show ads. Happy Sunday, unless you're over in Asia, then happy Monday. To all of my, let me see, we're in the evening now. Getting close. Yeah. So all of my friends over in the Philippines, Mayang Aga. Is Sunday for you. Good, good. All right, let's talk to Rosvin.
A pall lies upon the Black Root Vale, for all her young men were drawn away eastward to war.
My sons, too, were caught in the whirlpool, and Dulin and Durfin will not come home again. My husband, Duin here, thinks to spare me the details of what befell my boys, but there is evil in not knowing. If only I knew, they perished quickly and without pain. Lady Rosfin entreats you through eyes filled with tears, but when you hesitate, she looks away. No, I will not ask it of you. I know Duin here thinks to spare my feelings, the hard-headed man. I am stronger than he knows, and have always been so. It is not lost on me that he was not able to save our sons from death. He with his strong sword arm and his thick shield, and I was forced to remain behind in Morlad. Who might have been able to keep them safe? Life can be cruel, Lorandon, but it is crueler still for a mother in time of war. I keep thinking I will hear the sound of my sons boasting and laughing on the wind, and then I will see Dulin and Durfin climbing the path through the village, alive and well and happy. But it is not to be so. Let me get off my mount. It seems rude that I'm riding around my mount talking down to him.
I have told Rosfin over and over again that there was nothing I could do to save our sons.
But she will not listen. Duin here lowers his voice so he can speak only to you, out of his wife's hearing. Sometimes when I lie awake in the silent watches of the night, Lorandon, I wonder if it is the truth I speak to my wife. I raised Dulin and Durfin to be bold and to be valiant, and they made me proud every day of their lives. But if I had raised them to be less bold, to be less valiant... Duin here chokes on his words and stifles a sob, turning his back on Rosvin to hide his face. Would my boys be alive today, Lorandon, if I had not raised them to hold dear the same things as I? No, stop. Enough. You are here on the king's business. You are not here to listen to the ramblings of a sad old man. Speak to the people of Morlad. Do what you came to do. Is that... Okay. Over here is where I gotta go. Alright.
I've got nothing to say to you. Move along.
He's clearly not happy with me. Let's go this way. Here's an angry one.
You dare speak to me after bringing such death to Morlod? I will not stand for this.
Oh, he's gonna fight me. Well, hold my L. You hear someone shouting for help from outside the entrance to Morlad. Whoops, keep moving. Where is, hold on. Off to the right. Oh, it's Kaibar.
am I glad to see you.
A gang of toughs surprised me a few minutes ago and I had to run and hide. What if they come back? They have found me! Help! Aren't these supposed to be the good guys? I think your shoe's untied. My shoes are untied? Okay. Thank you, friend. That was frightening. Something. He disappeared. Let's grab these branches here. And then we'll head off in this direction. Because there's a red splotch on the map up here. Oh, it's Legolas and Gimli.
Someone loosed an arrow at me from hiding.
I am fortunate indeed that this is a town of men and not of elves, or it might have hit its mark. These folk are not happy to see us. Indeed. I'm being talked to from Discord.
What is wrong with these people?
Do they not know we are here to help them? Do you think the heirs of Castamere are to blame? Possibly. Let's check this arrow up here. It is fortunate this arrow was not loosed with more skill. And y'all are not going to continue anything, so let's see what the map shows. We have redness over in that direction. Up the hill. I wonder if I could sneak my way up this. That'd make it easier. I have my serious doubts. Yep, that's not going to happen. Mount up. Who? Oh. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, it's probably all the way back up to the top, I think. It's where this is going to be.
Supporters of the heirs of Castamere? No, I do not think they are responsible for this.
Not in the Blackroot Vale. Duanir looks directly into your eyes and holds your attention. My people have suffered much, as have we all, and King Elisar did not take the time to visit Morlad himself. There is no conspiracy here, Lorandin. The folk of the Vale grieve, and their grief has made them angry. I understand it, for I am angry too. What is this? A neck item, which seems rather nice.
I bid you farewell then, and I will try to master my grief and that of my people.
But King Elisar would do well to remember that not all the folk of Gondor are as stern or as cold as the elves he loves, and if he does not take care, his kingdom may slip away. And when it does, if it does, it may not be to the fires of the Corsairs, but to the fury of his own people. You tell him that, Lorandin. He has my loyalty, for I am sworn to Gondor, but these are true words I speak, and he would do well to heed them. I believe that that is a threat, sir. I believe that I wouldn't be making that threat. But if you insist on me telling him that, I'll tell him that. We need to go to this next spot down here. Alright, now let's get onto our fast mount. The next right. That right pretty much came out of nowhere.
Welcome back to Alagrant, my friend. To what do I owe this visit?
You inform Kellenan that you have come on behalf of King Elisor to deliver a message to the people of Alagrant. Kellenan calls over the other inhabitants of Alagrant and steps back to allow you to speak. You offer your sincere gratitude to the people of Alagrant, and a few among them appear heartened by your words, while others appear entirely uninterested. You apologize on behalf of King Elisor for the severe edicts during the war, including the brief suspension of their hunts by order of Malthalam. And a few people in the crowd grumble in affirmation. As your speech concludes, the remaining crowd disperses. I appreciate your words, my friend, and I think many in the Vale would find them a comfort. However, whether the king visits us or not is not of terrible concern to many of us here in Alagrant. Although we are all thankful that terrible wars ended, and it is no secret that we were sheltered from the worst of its horrors. We are simple hunters, after all. If King Elisor wishes to offer his gratitude to us, though, I would not refuse it. Perhaps he can visit Alagrant himself when next he wishes to see the Blackroot Vale. And we have a quest.
Egnir, you say? Yes, a man by that name did pass through the other day, but he left not long after he arrived. Why don't you ask Sarnir if he knows where he's gone?
What can I help you with, Lorandon? You asked Kellenan if a man named Egnir came to Alagrant. Must admit, I didn't take the time to speak with him. He had a grim look about him, and it seemed to me that he would not welcome a conversation. Even so, Sarnir tried to talk with him. It seemed a bit one-sided, but I did hear Egnir answer him on a few occasions. Don't you ask Sarnir if he knows where Egnir has gone? Okay. Oh, heck, I forgot there was a bounty thing over there I did not pick up. The posted note advertises a bounty on a spider of Blackroot Vale known as Kurzglock, described as a terrifying great spider and devourer of its own kind, lurking in the caverns of Lingroth, and it invites any who claim to have slain Kurzglock to speak with Melrin in the hamlet of Sardal. You notice that a hasty addition has been scrawled in different handwriting at the bottom of the note, demanding that Kurzglock's mandibles be collected as proof of its defeat. The posted note advertises a bounty on a pair of elder wolves that have taken up in the Blackroot Vale, known as Dokvor and Hulthak, describing them as vicious and bloodthirsty pack leaders and mates, and the foul parentage of many of the most aggressive wolves in the western reaches of Gondor. This suggests that those who would seek to hunt Dokvor and Hulthak should collect a carcass from one of the deer in the Blackroot Vale, as the wolves are notoriously reclusive and will only appear to feast upon a fresh kill. You notice that the note demands the pelts of Dokvor and Hulthak as proof of their demise, and it invites those who have fulfilled the bounty to speak to Gorion in the hamlet of Lenkrath. Okay, so we got those there. What else do we have to get here?
Draug has lost his favorite toy somewhere in the woods, and try as I may, I haven't been able to find it.
All of this here.
Draug could likely find it himself,
so they
but
could
there
put
are
some voice
traps
down
about,
here.
and I would not risk him stepping into one of them. I call his toy Blue because it is blue, and, well, you'll understand.
Okay, now let's start at the beginning. Lorandon, I had not heard that you'd returned to the Vale. What business brings you here? You informed Dirion that you are one of King Elisor's emissaries in Gondor, and that you have come to aid the people of the Blackroot Vale. Oh, you must excuse the manner of my behavior when last you visited the Vale. I was perhaps too vocal in my displeasure with the steward's leadership, and you did not deserve such a harsh welcome to Alagrant. But if you are here to aid us, Dirion appears embarrassed and his face flushes red. You see, Draug has lost his favorite toy somewhere in the woods, and try as I may, I haven't been able to find it. Draug could likely find it himself, but there are traps about, and I would not risk him stepping into one of them. I call his toy Blue because, well, it is blue, and, well, you'll understand Would you please take a look in the traps outside Elegant? If it's not in one of those, it's probably lost, but I would appreciate your help just the same, my friend. Okay. Anybody else? Nothing up there, but there is one over here.
Ah yes, Egnir was here for a brief time.
Oh my god,
He told
we're
me he had a
starting down
matter
here
to
again.
attend to in the woods just outside Lagrant. But he would not say more of it. I must confess, I spied him carving something into one of the trees just to the west.
I wish if they're going to do voiceovers, they'd do it right. It's been some time, Lorendon. I mean, no insult, but I did not expect you to return to the Vale. What business brings you to Elegant? You asked Sarner if he spoke to a man named Egnir, and if he knows where Egnir meant to go after leaving Elegant. You inform him that Egnir is remiss in his duties and must return to Morlot. Ah, yes, Egnir was here for a brief time. He told me he had a matter to attend to in the woods just outside Elegant, but he would not say more of it. I must confess my curiosity got the better of me, so I followed him at a great distance. I spied him carving something into one of the trees just to the west of Elegant, but I dared not interrupt him, and I made my way back to Elegant before his work was finished. I did speak to Egnir when he returned, and he said that he was going to meet someone, but I cannot remember the name of the man he mentioned. It started with an L, but what was it? I haven't been back to see his handiwork in the woods, so why don't you find out what he was carving? In the meantime, I'll try to remember that man's name. Alright, now we've got quest, and we're ready to go do stuff. And we're all over the place because we gotta get a deer. And these 3 spots, why is that green one right there? That's going to be one of those things where it's like, come back here when you're done instead of, you know. Nope, it's not. There's a trap right over here. I stand corrected. We'll get that deer back there in just a second. Alright, trap is empty. You have collected deer carcass. Alright, good. Now we can continue on without having the massive area showing. Yeah, it's something to do. Let's go get this trap over here. Should be another trap here somewhere. There's one. Yeehaw! Let's go ahead and grab this ore. Ah, sprung trap. I guess we're doing that first. Alright. Now, the sprung trap. Blue appears to be a doll made in the likeness of the men of the mountain. Okay, so we got the doll. There's something over here we gotta do. Is it the tree he was carving on? It was. Okay. Yep. The cooked rice, yes. We can definitely make some rice. I would go for some rice. I may go in there and start some rice. I don't know. It's just gonna be ordinary rice. Go turn in both of these quests.
wonderful! Look how happy Draug is.
I must admit, I'd begun
to worry that Blue was lost for good. I could have sown another, of course, but it never would have been quite the same. And besides, Draug would have figured it out.
You don't thank you enough, Lorandon. Alright. And let's turn this one in over here.
Defaced?
God darn it.
Perhaps I was mistaken. Maybe it was carved some time ago then by another's hand or even Egnir's own. As you describe it, it seems to me a sort of lover's mark. But I say some sorrow must lay heavy upon Egnir's heart. For what other reason would he travel so far from Morlad to try to rid himself of it?
Alright. Well, were you able to find it? You tell Sarner that you found a carving on a nearby tree, but its appearance had been marred by several deep slashes hewn into the tree's bark. However, despite being defaced by Egnir, you tell Sarner that it still clearly read E plus D. I suppose the E is meant to refer to Egnir, but D could refer to countless people in the Vale. One thing is for certain, and that is that it does not refer to Dirian over there. I don't believe he and Egnir have ever exchanged a single word.
I finally recalled the name of that man Egnir meant to meet. Ludia. I believe he's one of the Lord's archers, but I couldn't say where to find him. Who sent you here again? Weedor, was it? You ought to ask him then.
That's how you say Weedor? U-I-D-O-R? Weedor? Whatever. I know him to be one of the Lord's finest captains in Morlad, so he would surely know better than I. I do hope you can find Egnir even. My friend, it seems his sorrows have taken hold of him, and I know all too well how difficult that embrace can be to break. Is that going to be the guy up here on the right? Because I thought I saw somebody up there. I guess I didn't. Okay. So nobody else here. Still gotta go down here. We've got something out here and here. Those are probably the bounties. Something at Morlad. I feel like I should go down here first. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go down here first and then go back to Morlad and find out that the quest designer is like, haha, got you. You should have gone up there first. But we'll find out. Handling on this horse is kind of bad. It needs to handle a little better. It's got these wide turns of like. Just kidding. Anyway. Oh my. Well, we got the time. Those of you watching on youtube.com/Ferone1, please hit the subscribe button. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. And those over on twitch.tv/Ferone or over on X @Ferone the Gnome, please hit the follow button. Let's grab the stable master here. Boy, a lot of quests here all of a sudden.
I never thought to see the days of peace come again.
Oh, hello! I haven't seen you in quite some time. I'll have to tell Sardio that you're back. What brings you to Sardol?
You inform Melian that you have come on behalf of King Elisar to deliver a message to the people of Sardol. Melian gathers the other inhabitants of Sardol, introduces you as an emissary of the king, and gestures for you to speak. You offer your sincere gratitude to the people of Sardol, and they appear to be heartened by your words. You apologize on behalf of King Elisar for the severe edicts during the war, including the brief suspension of their hunts by order of Malthelum, and for the failure to make safe the road through Tarling's Crown. At the mention of Tarling's Crown, a few hushed voices whisper to each other in the crowd. As you finish your remarks, the inhabitants of Sardol offer their thanks. I had no idea you'd become an emissary of King Elisar, my friend. What an honor! It is good to know that the king has not forgotten us, and that he was thoughtful enough to send someone who was a great help to us during the war. Like many others in the Vale, we lost some of our young men in the war, for They were among Lord Duinhir's company when he marched to Minas Tirith. Your words have soothed some of our hearts, but only time can heal what remains. But I would not lay such things at your feet or at those of the king. It is the enemies of Gondor who slew our bowmen, and the king has made certain that many of them have been repaid. I must warn you, though, there are still some unsavory folk lurking around along the road through Tarling's Crown, but it is not like it was, not like when that so-called heir of Castamere, Azrathor, first set his encampment upon it. It is good to see you again, Lorandon, and you are always welcome among us.
Why don't you talk to Bregon and see what you can make of his claims?
Way
He
down
says
here.
he was run out of Tarlong's crown by Corsairs.
Alright, let's start at the top of this novel. Ah, I must say it is good to see you again, Lorandon. Little has changed since you were last in Sardal, I must admit, but at least the spiders have not troubled us nearly as much of late. However, aside from those who returned from the war, we do have one unexpected guest, and that would be that man over there named Bregon. Amathon sighs. He seems a rough sort, and by his own admission, he was a freebooter during the war. He says he was run out of Tarling's Crown by Corsairs, but I thought that the heir of Castamere, Azrathor, who led them, was slain. Why would they linger there eking out the meager life of a highwayman when they could surely find better fortunes elsewhere? Is Umbar in such a poor state that this seems the wiser choice? I do not know for certain, but from what I have heard, there is something afoot across the Bay of Belfalis. Why don't you talk to Bregon and see what you make of his claims? Where's Bregon at? There he is.
You're the king's emissary, aren't you? Oh, I've done it now. It's like I told Amathon. There's a bunch of Corsairs making trouble in Tarlong's Crown and snooping about at that old camp.
Yes, it is true that I was something of a freebooter during the war, but I've learned my lesson, I swear it. As for those Corsairs, I don't know what they're up to, but it can't be good. Go on and see for yourself if you don't believe me.
Oh there! I remember the last time you were here. All that nasty business with spiders and the dead.
But that is in the past, and now we have welcomed some of our proud bowmen back to Sardor. I only wish more of them had made it home from the war. Sid Heron pauses for a moment and sighs. There are joys still be found, though. Okay, come on. There are joys still be found. That's not a real sentence. Who wrote? There are joys still be found. Okay. Though, and one of mine is a delicious mushroom stew that my neighbor Garthwin makes every so often. Garthwin's a brilliant cook, though she's far too modest to say as much. For her stew, she uses a mushroom native to the Blackroot Vale that we call a silken cap, on account of its pale hue. The trouble is that silken caps only grow in a few places, but they are most plentiful in Lingroth. I don't think I need to remind you that the spiders of Tarling's peaks can also be found within those caverns, but Garthwin's supply has run out. It may not be as dire a problem as the dead or the Corsairs, but I would appreciate your aid just the same, my friend. Little joys are what keep us together, after all. Would you collect some silken caps for me and Garthwin? Holy crap! The first sentence set my brain into a tizzy. It could not stand the fact that it was just an improperly created sentence. Alright, let's grab this. Oh, is that? Ah, it's the same as the other bounty. I wonder if the one that I missed at that one town is the exact same as well. Alright, so we got something way down here. And then we got this up here in the mountains. I can't recall how you get up there, but we're going to see what we can figure out. Can we make this? Can we make this grade, or is it too steep? In most MMOs, this would be super easy, but in Lord of the Rings Online, you never can tell if it's too steep or not until you try. Let's see. We're not quite up there yet. And that's entirely too steep. I know that one for sure. Maybe down here is where I can get up there. Aha! I think we've done it. Now we just need to head back to the right. And that lion, or mountain lion, I mean, was rather upset that I stepped on his tail as I went by. Do I have to go higher, or is this high enough? I'm not quite positive. Oh yeah, the cave. Let's see what we got here. As you stand before Lingroth, you hear a wretched chorus of chittering and hissing echoing out from within the mouth of the caverns. It is there in the shadowed depths of Tarling's peaks that the spiders of the Blackroot Vale dwell. And it is from that dark lair that they creep forth to trouble the hamlet of Sardal. You should defeat spiders in Lingroth to aid the people of Sardal. Alright, let's go in there and take care of this little problem. What is that over there? Interesting. Need one more of the mushrooms. Makes me hungry for mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Is that the entrance? Okay, we missed a turn back here at Albuquerque. Alright, that was it, but I want to see what else is back here. Of course, there's always one that wants to stay far away. What do we got going on here? Web springs at your touch, and loud reverberation echoes through Lingroth. Oh, holy crap. Okay. That's the big spider that we had the bounty for. That kind of scared me. I turned around, it was right in my face. Alright. Do I not have to pick anything up off of him? Apparently not. Okay. That was trippy. See something here. That's the gosh, Slayer deed. It's not the advanced portion of it. I'll come back to that for the Slayer deeds later on. I'm trying to get through the story right now. Let's see if we can safely slide down the mountainside. Just a spring, we can walk it off. No. Oh, here we are.
I absolutely did not ask for these. But you say the bounty demanded them as proof? Nonsense! One of the other hunters must be playing a prank on me again. Well, we'll see who's laughing when I find out who it was.
They know how much I hate spiders after all, and if it had been anything else, I'd have dealt with it myself. We'll see who's laughing when I find out who it was. Nevertheless, I will have taken you at your word, friend, and so long as Cutter's Glock won't trouble us any longer, that is enough for me. You have my thanks.
Oh, you have them. Thank you. That ought to be enough to make a few pots of stew, at least.
Venison is pleasant enough, I'll admit, but I prefer a bit of variety in my meals. You understand, don't you? And there truly is nothing quite like these silken caps. Here, Thornton, I actually still have a little left over from the last time I was able to sneak a few mushrooms out for Garthrin. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for not forgetting about us, my friend. Okay. What else do we got? Nothing there. We got this thing down here, so let's ride down here. Or do I want to go back? I'm going to risk it and go down here. With the belief that they'll end up giving me something up here to go down here. But we're going to risk it. Almost there. This should be it. You notice the damage to moldering barricade left behind from Azeroth campaign. It seems the Corsairs have abandoned this barricade, perhaps lacking the men to hold it. And we must go further on. Oh, hold on. What do we got here? 2 quests. While exploring the ruined remains of Azrathor's encampment in Tarling's Crown, you have encountered a company of Corsairs and a small number of Gondorian freebooters. Whatever the cause for their traitorous turn, be they sympathetic to the cause of the heirs of Castamere or simply unkindly and fortune seekers and robbers, these freebooters seem content to align themselves with the forces of Umbar. You should defeat the Corsairs of Umbar and Gondorian freebooters in Tarling's Crown. And the other quest? While exploring the ruined remains of that thingy there, you have found what appears to be a number of stolen goods. Whether these are remnants of the goods stolen during that person's plot to conquer the Amphelis for Umbar, or more recently stolen from traders attempting to pass through Tarling's Crown, you should recover them and attempt to see them return to their rightful owners. Alright, now we can continue on. I see nothing, honestly. An abandoned encampment. It seems... What? Hold on. It appears this camp was ransacked and its heraldry torn apart after Azrathor's campaign failed. It seems a company of Corsairs has taken up in what remains of Azrathor's encampment. Where's the other stuff? I was supposed to kill people and grab the remains, and they're not here. Is that some sort of messed up quest that's actually from another time? That's weird. Need Starlink. Sorry, I'm talking in Discord with people y'all can't hear. Alright, so here's the people that we're supposed to be getting for that quest and the supplies and all that. That makes sense. Again, replying to people on Discord. I've been streaming for so many years, you have to try harder than that to troll me, sir. Already handled that. No, I just don't have Discord going across. What am I doing here? That is bizarre. Okay, that's just weird. Alright. My god, come on. Goofy NPCs. Alright, that finished that quest. So I need to get a lot of these stolen goods. Here's another one. Ouch. Need one more. Where? There it is. Ah, over there. That should just about do it. Alright, so do we keep going down this road or we go back and turn in? I think we go back and turn in. I want to see what we find up here though. The map keeps on getting closer and closer down there, but doesn't go further. I'd like to see what's down below this. But it takes me over here. Where is that? There. So there is a spot I'm headed down here. But I really think we need to go back up there. Let's check our places we can go. Morled. Let's go back to Morled. Turn in. We can use the stable masters to get back to the other spots quickly. Oh, it's right here.
Ludir? What business could Egnir have with him? Ludir patrols the northern road that leads to Fenasdur, to the Pass of the Dead. I do not like this at all, my friend. Seek out Ludir.
God, he's
see
skipping
if
all over the
still with
place.
him.
Yeah, he skipped all the way down here from like here, and he skipped all the stuff at the top. Lorendin, have you found Egnir? Inform Uda that Egnir passed through Elegrant to deface an old carving on one of its trees, but then left to meet with a man named Ludir. Ludir? What business could Egnir have with him? Ludir patrols the northern road that leads to Finister, to the Pass of the Dead. After the king pardoned the better-hearted of their kind, we thought the dead would not trouble us any longer. How wrong we were. Ludhir's even had to shorten his patrols of late, since the ruthless dead now dare to drift further from the darkness of the haunted mountain. Why would Egnir want to go there? I have not known him and Ludhir to be particularly close, friendly, as they are to each other. I do not like this at all, my friend. Seek out Ludhir and see if Egnir is still with him. Alright, took care of that. We still have a turn-in with somebody here, right up here. And we need to use the stable master to get down to the other one to turn in.
At last you return, my friend. What had the folk of Elagrant, Tingerbell, Sardal, and Lungcraft to say of King Elisar's gratitude? I hope they were a more welcoming sort than you encountered here in Morlard.
You tell Malthelum that the inhabitants of the Blackroot Vale were largely accepting of King Elisar's gratitude, but that the people of Lungcraft, in particular, have taken issue with the choices of King Elisar. I see. I commend you for taking on such a task, my friend. It is a difficult thing to stand before people and speak on behalf of another, knowing that words alone will not satisfy them. Always there are questions you cannot answer, fears you wish you could comfort, and promises that you cannot make. Knowing you may not fulfill them, as steward of the bell, I am no stranger to being put in such a position. But for one to speak with the voice of the king carries even greater expectations. I do not envy you. It shall be some time before Lord Duinhir is able to return to his duties, Lorandon. In the meantime, I shall try my best to serve in his stead. Hey, no follow-up. Woo! Let's check. There's nothing else here. We got this thingy up here, but we need to go down here to turn in a quest. That is Sardol. So let's go to the stable master and go to Sardol.
I never thought to see such happy days as these.
Me either. Uh-oh, he's gone offline again. Ah. Thank God. I just don't enjoy Eldon.
What did you find out, my friend? Was there any truth to Bregon's claims?
You tell Amathon that while you did find a company of Corsairs in Turling's Crown, it appears they have only returned to pillage what remains of Azrathor's encampment. Let us hope that is the case, my friend. I doubted much of note remained after the heirs of Castamere were routed, but part of me still feared there could be some new conspiracy afoot. It is reassuring to know that my fears were ill-founded. Thank you, my friend. I am glad that the king thought to send you on his behalf. Hey, we finished something. Deed completed? Not going to take me to it. Thank you, programmers. Title awarded. Deed bestowed. Not going to get that one either.
What have you got there? It will likely be difficult to return these to their
You
rightful
tell
owners.
Amathon
I
that
will
you
speak with our most frequent traders and see what I can find out.
Thank you. Now let's read from the top. What have you got there? You tell Amathon that you found a number of seemingly stolen goods at Azrathor's ruined encampment in Tarling's Crown. It will likely be difficult to return these to their rightful owners, but I will speak with our most frequent traders and see what I can find out. Many travelers passed through Tarling's Crown before the heirs of Castamere erected their blockade, so these goods could have begun their journey far from the havens of Bophalis. That said, I will try my very best to sort this matter out. Alright, we have no follow-up there, and I don't see any more quests here. So I'm going to take the stable master route over to Langcroft. I think there was a bounty over there that I need to pick up, and I need to go over here to complete one of the bounties. So let's do that. Stable master was right there.
Welcome to King's Gondor, friend.
Been going for 3.5 hours. All right. Bounties. That's right. It was over here. Nope, that's collection board. I know I saw bounties. Where were they at? There. Ah, so it is the same bounties. Okay. So we need to go over to here. Now, let's get on our fast mount. So we'll head out of town, halfway up, and then head this way. Nice. Let's check that out. Yep, 812 non-anonymous people on the server online right now. So that means the server has way more than we normally had on our 32-bit servers. And the lag isn't there. So the 64-bit servers are truly working right now. I am quite impressed. I mean, hell, I'm using a Warsteed. I used to rubber band on a Warsteed. Oh, stop. Let's grab this quest. To the southeast of the hill of Edric, you have discovered the wolf den of Erin Asgath. Whether these wolves crept in from Lamedon or some hidden refuge, he's going to keep biting me on the butt while I read this, in the hills, their presence in the Vale has posed a continued threat to the hamlet of Lancrath and to all who would seek to travel the road through Tarling's Neck. You should defeat wolves in Erin Asgath to aid the people of Lancrath and make safe the road through Tarling's Neck. Alright, let's get off our mount now and kick this wolf's ass thoroughly. Thank you. Come again. Alright. Holy crap, my computer's hitching right now. That's not server lag, by the way, people. That's video lag. That's my computer being a piece of junk. The server lag was much different. Basically, you and the mob would just stare at each other for a while until it'd finally catch up, and then the mob would fall over dead, and you'd be like, alright, let's move on to the next fight. Ah, there's where we need to put the bait. I've been carrying around this elk corpse for a long time. Where's the other one at? It's supposed to be 2 wolves. Ah, there it is. Alright, so that finishes that one. We just have this little quest out here to kill the wolves in general, so we'll finish that up. Alright, that should finish that. And where's the turn-in for this? Back here. Alright. Who is the turn-in person? Ah, there it is.
I had a feeling you might be the one to fulfill that bounty, my friend. Blackroot Vale has no shortage of hunters, but there is far easier prey than wolves, and prey that is of greater use to our people, and to our stomachs.
Even so, you have done us a great service, and I think we shall all sleep more soundly, knowing that Dokvor and Hulfak no longer lurk just beyond the light of our lanterns in the night. You have my thanks. Alright. That is everything. We're ready to go up here now. Sounds like more and more of our kinship members are getting their final characters transferred over to the server. So that's a good thing. was trying to text somebody and wasn't paying attention and slammed my face into the mountainside there.
Hail! Take care, traveler, for the road ahead is treacherous. Turn back or... Oh, wait a moment, I remember you. You were the one who came through the Pass of the Dead.
Landon, was it? What can I do for you? You asked Luther if he has seen a man named Egner. Luther's face sinks and he sighs. Yes, I have seen Egner even, but he is unwell. He's gone up the road toward Fennesdur, and he's been loosing arrows at the ruthless dead for hours. I do not know what has gotten into him, but he must carry some terrible burden on his heart. I've heard him call out to them, taunt them, scream at them until his voice was hoarse, and still he continued, as if he labored in service of some unknowable quest. The dead will tire of him sooner or later, and I would not see him throw away his life now after he survived the war. He would not listen to me when I told him he ought to return to Morlad, but perhaps he'll listen to you, if nothing else. At least convince him to leave this place. Give me half a second. Alright, with bitter gaze fixed upon the ruthless dead, Egner dang it, I hate when it goes so fast. Barely acknowledges your approach.
Widor is a wise man, but grief does not make a good bedfellow of wisdom. That is the very reason why I left. When my grief turned to anger, I found my own hand destroying something dear to me. Something irreplaceable. I stopped myself before it was too late, but even so, I could not shake the anger in my heart.
Alright, now let's go to the top and read. What do you want? Egner does not turn to face you, and his gaze remains fixed on the ruthless dead along the road ahead. You tell Egner that you were sent by Uda to ask him to return to Morlad, and you mention that Uda seemed worried about him. Congrats, by the way. I'm in the middle of reading a freaking novel here. Uda is a wise man, but grief does not make a good bedfellow of wisdom. That is the very reason why I left. When my grief turned to anger, I found my own hand destroying something dear to me, something irreplaceable. I stopped myself before it was too late, but even so, I could not shake the anger in my heart in my journey back from the war. I learned that not all of the dead heeded the summons of King Elisor, and that those wretched spirits still haunted the Vale. And so I turned my anger upon them, hoping beyond hope that I would find some reprieve from my grief. Alas, I have not. I have vanquished dozens of these ruthless dead, but always they return, and I feel no better for it. And now my anger has all but burned out. It is curious, though. Each time I slay one of them, they leave behind a pile of glimmering dust. Is it their essence? It always seems to fade away to naught after a time, and then there they are again, reborn into ruthless death. Have you ever seen such a thing? If you would gather some of it, I can show you. Alright, so we need to gather the stuff. Oh, we got another deed complete. Explorer Blackroot Vale renewed. And something else. Although King Elisor deemed that many of the dead men of Dunharrow fulfilled their oaths by defeating Belacor, the Scourge, and the Corsairs of Umbar at Pelagir, the unrepentant among them still haunt Fennesdur, the southernmost entrance to the Paths of the Dead. It was whispered that one among them, named Dugrat, sued for some measure of peace during the War of the Ring, but none in Gondor had seen him since this pronouncement, and others of his kind do not seem so eager to put aside their betrayals and old hatreds. The ruthless dead remain a threat to the people of the Blackroot Vale, and though they cannot be truly banished, they can be hindered. You should defeat the ruthless dead at Finisterre. Deed completed. Don't show me it. I don't want to see it. Alright, title. Game's only going on 18 years old. They'll fix the bugs eventually. It takes some time. God, my ear's killing me from the headphones pressing against it all this time. Finish something there. We still gotta do something here? Okay, that's just the Slayer deed. Oh, my ears are killing me. Been going for 3 hours and 42 minutes. We're very close to ending the stream, at least for a little bit, to take a break.
I try and I try to make
Way down
sense
here.
of this world. But how can I do that? Look at these turncoats and murderers. They persist evermore, flitting through the world of the living. And we are made to think they suffer some terrible curse. When good man, perishes, no matter how valiant his deeds or how pure his love, he is simply dead, and there is nothing that can be done for it. Oh, if only Deraphine had broken an oath.
Alright, now let's go to the top and read what the person who decided to put the voiceover on didn't think we needed to read. Do you see? Egnor takes the dust from you and casts it into the wind. It appears to vanish before it ever touches the ground. It seems that no matter how much of this dust I collect, they still remain. How can you take so much of someone and expect anything to be left? How odd to think that I might envy such a fate. Egnor chuckles weakly. Then we get the voiceover that went all the way down to here. You notice Egnor has begun to weep, and his once stern countenance has broken. You comfort him as best you can. He begins to sob, and after a time he steadies himself and turns to face you. I mourn the life I had wished to live, my friend. Dorifin had not even told Lord Durin here of us before the war took him. And so who now am I to the Lord? One of 1,000 bowmen, but perhaps the only one who truly knows his loss. Maybe that is enough. You need not ask again, Lorandon. I'll return to Morlad. Alright, now let's check our things. We don't have anything down here anymore. We just got this. Where is this? It's way down here. Interesting. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to Morlad. Which one is it? Was it the first one? No. That one. And then we will take the stable master down to the furthest one down there, get on our mount, and haul butt to the south. Nothing and nothing. Okay, good. We want to get down to at least here, Sardol.
You are most welcome, my friend.
And then we will get on our war steed and ride at Mach 2 south. so we will be heading way down here. Where does that put us on the reward track, I wonder? Come on, mouse. The mouse got lost there for a little bit. We're at 21 right now. Whenever we transferred to the new server, our reward track started over. I'm assuming that's because the reward track is per server or something like that. It's my guess. So all the progress we had made before the transfer was gone. Otherwise, I'd probably, well, definitely would have already hit rank 25 in the reward track and been able to get this fluff item. Oh wow, it went way past it. Oh, we gotta turn. Alright, there we are. This one. Incomparable Coffer of the Dragon's Hoard. I don't know what that is, but we're going to find out. Eventually. It's going on 6:22, so whenever we get down here, most likely that's where we'll call it for this particular stream, because we've been going for 3 hours and 47 minutes. And seeing as it's 6:20 p.m. right now, I need to go in there and try to come up with something to eat for dinner. Because I'm not real hungry right now, but I know later on I will, and I don't want to, you know, I can take care of it later, closer to bedtime. I'd rather eat now, have time to digest, and all that kind of stuff. Then after I eat, we'll decide if we're going to come back on with another Lotro stream, or if we'll be doing something else. I play lots of games. Lotro is my main game that I play. 90+% of the time I stream Lotro, but I do stream other things on the PlayStation 5, the Xbox One, the Nintendo Switch, and PC games as well. So head over to youtube.com/ForRealM1, hit the subscribe button, and be one of those people that helps me go across that 1,000 subscriber line of victory. Why is my map not updating? It's not going down. Whoa. Explorer of Amphilis. Hey, there we are. Okay, let's check out this. Deed bestowed. Look at that. It actually opened the deed. The deed that was bestowed. It's a miracle. King Elisar.
Thank you for going on my behalf to Morlod.
How fares the lord of the Black Root Vale and his wife and people? You give your account of the grim sentiment that pervades the Vale in the words of its ruler. Elisar nods. Duinhir and Rosfin suffered much during the war, and the wound that is the loss of their sons can never truly be mended. I knew it was so, but I let my other concerns guide me, and erred by sending you there. I should have gone as well, Lorandon. On my return journey, after we see Amphilis, I will go to the Vale and speak with them personally. Let me kick this bird's ass real quick. There you go. Have a nice day. Let's talk to Queen Arwen.
This is the road to Amphilis, westernmost fief of my husband's kingdom.
He has spoken to me of its ruler, Gulliskil, who marched to the defense of Minas Tirith with a number of soldiers in his household guard. He perished at the Battle of the Maranon moments before the defeat of Sauron, and Elisar grieves that he sacrificed so much and never saw the victory for which he died. I understand he asked you to bring to his people word of his bravery in the face of death. Okay. Deed bestowed. Ah, the stupid birds that attacked me just now. Why in the world does the map continue to not want to show where I'm at? That's so annoying. Alright, we're going to go over to this area. This is new land. This, as far as I know, this did not exist before. This is actual new land that came out with Corsairs of Umbar. So we've officially crossed over into new content. I want to do something actually. Hold on. I'm going to change the appearance of the head of the horse. The gear that I have on him. I'm not liking that one. I like that one. And I like that one. But it doesn't match the rest of his outfit. Not really into that one. It's weird. Makes him look like a rhino. Hey, look, another annoying bird. That one kinda matches. We may go with that one. I'm gonna so shove my foot up that bird's ass here in a second. Don't like that one at all. Hey, it's blue. It doesn't match. Alright, where was it at? Is this one here? It was that one. Apply. Yes. Alright. Excuse me a moment while I destroy this bird. Kiss my ass. There you are. You're dead. Next. Alright, we'll just continue up this way. They did a really nice job. Scenario that did this, and whoever's on his team, I don't know who all it would be, did a fantastic job on this land. Looks very nice. Alright, here's our turn.
Have you come to help?
I have.
Good.
Who are these fine folk? The king and queen have come to unfold us? I never thought I would see such a day as this.
For the Langstrand is so far from the White City, and it seemed we were just as distant from their minds, if not further. It must be they were impressed by the swords and spears that Lord Gulliskill brought to bear during the war. He is greatly missed. You tell the man that Gulliskill fought bravely on behalf of the king and brought honor to Anphelis. He smiles and holds up a hand. I rejoice to hear you say so, stranger, but it is unnecessary. His quality was well known to his people, and though his son Orgelus is still young, there are none who doubt he will grow to be his father's equal. But do you bring pleasing words alone, or are you here to help us? We could use assistance thinning the links hereabouts even, and the Corsairs have been even more of a problem of late. Hey look, we're going to get an axe. Let's check this out. It's decent looking. Is it the same? Yeah, all of them are the same. Not bad at all. And there we have it. We've moved on to chapter 3.7. Let's take a look at the land here. So this is all new. Turn this off. This is all new, all of this area. Nice. And then eventually we will head down to Shield Isles of Umbar. And on to Umbar itself. But we're a ways off from that. This has been a good stream. I've enjoyed the stories through here so far. We're getting close. I believe we have to go all the way to chapter 5 before we actually get to the Isles. But we're in new physical content. We're in new content, but we're in new land that didn't exist in the game before now. So I'm pretty happy about that. And in our next stream, Lotro stream, we will continue right here. So until then, let's go ahead and call it right here. I hope everybody had a good time. I had a fantastic time as usual. Be sure to subscribe over at youtube.com/Ferone1. If you're not over on YouTube, please go over to youtube.com/Ferone1. Links right down there. And hit subscribe, because I've been trying forever to hit 1,000 subscribers. Please help me hit 1,000 subscribers. And then head over to twitch.tv/Ferone or X. And on X, I'm at Ferone the Gnome. And follow me there as well. After that, you can head over to Ferone.com, click on the gnome's picture, and then up in the top rightish area, there's a link to get to our Discord server. You can get on there. Go to the introductions channel, introduce yourself. We'll get you some access to chat with us. And I run Kinship on the Peregrine server. It's one of the brand new 64-bit servers, even, not 62. 64-bit servers. Peregrine, yes, it's called Lorebound Walkers is the kinship that I run. It's a very large kinship and very friendly, nice people. We are extremely new player and returning player friendly, which means we will answer your questions if we can. If we can't, we will head you in the right direction, which usually is the Lotro Wiki. Yeah, that's about it. So I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, night, morning, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Ferone the Gnome, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much.